Alright.
It's the only non-working game
Big
in
gay
TMNT.
Al. Big gay
We
Al.
actually managed to fix up TMNT earlier this morning and got to run through it.
Alright, Big gay Al. Bombs are flying.
This is for you, Bob.
People are dying. Children are crying. Politicians are lying too.
Oh, he's super.
Thanks for asking.
Thanks for asking.
Okay, the timer started.
Alright, here we go.
Plus or minus a second or two, but
They're not crush grade. There's one more. Okay.
Chip, you got this. Godspeed.
He's only about twice as big as Little Big Al.
It's got that mad bunny hop going.
What's the I can't see.
Oh no, hang on 1 second. There we go.
So you don't need the camo on this one.
Not this one.
As long as you memorize the enemy position, this one.
Yeah, I'm getting the candle though. Sweet.
You can actually see the enemies.
Yep,
right?
those are the quote random encounters. So, those familiar with my run that's currently on the site, this is gonna be a little safer. Getting shield.
He's in town.
Yeah, definitely. If you're running across, now would be an awesome time to do it. And gonna be grabbing some link dolls. Hope not to need them, but
As you can see, guys, we have just been joined by our special guest commentators, Phil and Baltos, is it? From the Speed Gamers. Ball toss.
Cool name.
Ball tease.
They've returned. They will be offering special comments for this and Link's Awakening.
Is there a naming fund for Link's Awakening?
What?
there could be.
Is there a what?
Where's Tigger? He could officially open that.
You stood down there.
We could open it for him. I'm sure he wouldn't be opposed.
Wait, what are you opening for?
The naming fund for his
Actually, he
character.
would be opposed.
He would.
Renaming the file will generate a different sequence in the Windfisher Day.
Ah, okay.
Really? I thought it was always the same if you didn't check.
Yeah, because I've always named my guy the same thing.
I've never
Well,
had.
you can name
I always thought it only changes if you get the magnifying
Okay,
glass.
so yeah,
I can go
No,
ask
I mean, I thought it was
Uh,
always
Skateman 222 asks if Phil and Baltos remember
That's one
him.
of the 5
Who?
things.
Yes.
Skateman 222.
What's up, skate man?
Like, I was actually talking with him about this a few minutes ago, so. You can see his feet.
That's how you see him.
Yeah.
Tom calls the Zelda 2 Adventure of Game Gay. That's the way he named it.
Alright. So I guess that
His mom
means
donated 25 for that.
Awakening
Somebody out
names?
there.
Somebody's
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, break
No
guy's
need.
mother.
well, there are still
The guy that
13 names to pick for the
Somebody
next
somebody
game.
beat
Indeed.
her with $101
Alright.
for
Everyone
Gay
except
Al.
tomorrow.
So we carry over the Big Gay Album too.
Okay.
That alternates with possible sins.
I mean, some people won't get much use, of course.
I do have to kill some bots to make the experience target. I also need a big enemy point bag drop to make my experience target in this one. If I don't get that, I have to go back and kill skulls, which would be boring as hell.
301?
Actually, it's let's see, 2 attack levels and then 100 exact. 100.
Okay,
exact.
guys.
100.
So
Alright, 100.
after the 2 attack levels. So
Okay, guys, if you want to name Final Fantasy VI characters, you certainly can. Might be a touch early, but if you are going to name Final Fantasy VI characters, then that can be attached as a comment to a donation in the chip-in.
So long as you know exactly which characters she is going.
Everyone except tomorrow.
yeah, everyone makes it at least an appearance.
Yeah.
He's the only optional one.
Well,
Oh, go.
Like,
No.
like in the world of balance, she's getting everyone except Mog. In the world of ruin, Cells, Edgar.
Is there any FF6 swag for highest donation? Anyone? Is there another
Might be
picture?
some drawings.
What about Asper's?
No, you can't.
There are pictures. Look at the pictures.
You have to get read the
Is there
rename your SP.
the full color picture though?
No. No. We don't have it in full color.
Okay. So we've gone through our 2 full-colour pictures. One was, as you said, for Secret of Mana. The other one was for the Metroid series.
There's also one for Mega Man.
Anna.
The characters recruited in the World of Ruin are the required 3 Celis figure and sets. There are also 7 Mog and Gogo.
Why recruiting Mog just for the magic? Or?
Google Charm. Google Charm is key.
They gave all random encounters.
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
I should know that. Man, it's been a while since I played that.
That is key, baby. Who needs random encounters?
Breakdown, it's another 25 from Mrs. Vogel.
Oh,
Vogel.
Wow.
fantastic. Thank you, Mom.
You're the mom, apparently.
You are the mom.
And Mr. Christopher Reddick contributed another $4.
You got comments on any of them?
No, we don't, sorry.
Alright, Mr. Reddick, you are the man.
Some people were born men, but Reddick was born the man.
Oh.
No easy ride now.
Come on now. Near death.
Yeah, I did check comments.
One stupid bot.
Nothing
There you go.
else from Mother.
Can you get it? Hey, look at that. I don't think I could ever get that when I was playing.
Is this gonna be? Is this gonna be
Okay.
like? Is this gonna be
Here's-
like your natural run through?
Here's our wrapping component for the run. Yo, Link, I'm happy for you and I'm gonna let you finish, but Magic Sword was one of the best side scrolls of all time.
That's reminds me.
Dude, they had a
What's
Wind
that?
Waker
That-
shirt.
We need a Trihex down here to say
No,
that.
I'm on a boat.
Well, it's Kanye West.
Yeah,
So
I hear you heard about you saw
Yeah,
it
try
days
Hex,
ago,
get down here.
and nobody told me.
Yo, like, I'm
I
happy
saw
for
it
you, not gonna let you
last
finish.
night.
But Magic Sword
Tim
was
saw
one
it
of the
first
best side
off.
spoilers of all
I
time.
saw it earlier.
That'll do.
Huh?
That'll do.
Okay.
I almost bought it, but I was
This is way better than my interpretation anyway.
couldn't see myself paying $20 for that.
It's so random.
I really wanted to get that
yeah, the only thing that's blue in this
Hearts
game
Blood
is my
is
sworn
not
enemy,
Which
definitely.
one?
Kingdom Hearts one.
Oh yeah, that I would totally give that away.
Gotta wait for him. You can't sneak past him, but
Why?
I'm on.
Is this gonna be like your run SCA? No up a warping or
No
or
up
intentional
warping, no
dying?
death abuse.
Okay.
So
No
if I
inten-
happen to die somewhere where it's beneficial to me, well, I'm gonna take advantage of the benefits, but I'm not gonna try to die at all.
Yeah, that's always good for an icon.
These are very cool enemies. Annoying though.
Alright, boss give 100 or
He
something?
gets 50. There's one more.
Nice. Skills.
This guy too.
He dropped something though. Did she?
Okay.
Or you don't need it.
Nope. Just for the sake of having it. Might lose a little time on the count up at the end, but if he hits me a couple times, I don't want to die.
Awesome.
Very smooth.
I like that shadow.
Well,
Jumping
you're
for
not-
the key
You're not up a warping anyway, so you're not gonna. It's like you're not gonna lose any time for the countdown.
Well, I mean the countdown here, like counting up the health. You are paused for that, so. And I'd just like to say, grabbing the key out of midair without either the up or the down stab's a lot harder than I just needed to. I'm very happy to nail that in front of all you, but I gotta just take the time to say that's not easy. I usually miss it. At least in the early goings, I have when the item drops are going to happen down pretty good. Every 6th small enemy and every 6th large enemy will drop an item.
Oh, okay.
But definitely after hitting a couple random encounters, that all just kind of goes to crap. Oh.
Yeah, not long ago now. We have 2 more Zelda games, possibly Dr. Mario. We're not sure. We do need to acquire
2 more Zelda games?
a. Yeah, this and Link's Awakening.
Oh.
I guess this is just starting, so there's still a lot of Zelda 2 left to play.
Yeah.
What's your strategy for the hammer?
For the hammer, run through Death Mountain and get the hammer.
We're looking at.
And always take the right
Just
cave.
run straight through A.
When you have a choice, take the cave on the right.
Yeah,
We're
that's,
still.
it's a universal truth.
We're not 100% sure on Dr. Mario. We are trying to acquire the Nintendo 64 version, I believe.
Yeah, essentially it's looking into that, getting it from MagFest. So,
Ooh, I did not see any
Yeah,
copies
I
of
did
that.
not.
actually, she
At
said she
all.
did see it, so.
I hope so. We looked at the vendors.
We
like,
do have the
all
NES
night
version,
long.
I'm not sure if that's gonna happen
And
or not.
then, of course, our big finale is Final Fantasy
what?
VI.
I don't know. I saw a version, but I'm not.
Break
I
down,
saw
what is your
a
level up
version.
strategy? Is it all going to be on attack?
Not all on
remember
attack,
that.
no. I'm gonna get a couple life levels coming
Yeah,
up
I'm
here.
thinking
I
about
don't
it.
touch
I may
magic
have
until the
seen
second
N64
palace,
version.
but leveling up is actually a huge part of planning
I would
this
think
game.
that game would
Huge,
suit
how
it.
you level your stats.
Yeah, and
That's their N64 goes.
And at least I've seen a few
You're
runs
saying that
where
to me 'cause I've
you
never
level attack up
played
to 8
a
and then
Mario
get
game.
the crystal to get you up to 99 and 99 and use that to level something up really high.
Yeah,
that's a much.
Right?
I can't face it.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, that's why. That would have been my.
Really?
This is hard to find.
Is it?
In the wind egg?
Probably.
The windfish egg? Whatever, okay, yeah.
Okay.
Hey everyone, I'm picking up Essentia. If you don't
just-
know who that is,
glitchy
that was the
action.
person who ran Donkey Kong Country 2 last night.
And we'll be running Final Fantasy VI tonight.
And Dr. Mario, back to popular request.
Have we had success with procuring the Nintendo 64 version?
I will have to ask her about that.
Okay.
Now would be a
So,
good time to find out, yes.
alright.
Aw, you jerk.
Somebody wants to donate $20 to name S's baby.
Well, it's gonna take more than $20, I'll tell you that much right now.
You gotta keep in mind, yeah, this child will be sticking with this name for a lifetime.
Yeah, I'm not fond of this game.
If we can't get the N64 version, she will do the NES version. She has a preference for the N64 version.
Very slight differences that really only make themselves apparent if you play the game as much as she has. So, it's a valid complaint, not trying to say otherwise there. It's just the way it
All
is.
wizard magic.
I'm about to say you're very skilled with the sword. But yeah.
The preemptive jinx. Curses. Alright, take a little time out for life magic here. Just one of those live and safety precautions. So, I would love to see a no-up A run that skips both life and shield. There's one soon to come that skips both the candle and cross, which is pretty ridiculous.
Whoa.
He gets both life and shield, which I'm not going to hold that against him.
Arctic Eagle do that?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
Some verification.
I have a question. Why did you go into that empty house?
I had to get the dialogue box by the table. You find a mirror under the table. That's actually the first time Link speaks. So I found a mirror under the table.
Ooh.
So, and then you go back, you give it to the lady, say, "Oh, you found my mirror. Come in and meet my dad, so he can teach you this spell." And yeah.
Didn't know that.
Just correction, it was in fact Big Gay Al speaking, not Link.
Well, Big Al, you can't shut him up. He's
I
just
do.
sir. That's so much asking.
That's such a loud word.
These little rocks and moblins trying to stop me, they're just a bunch of silly gooses. We only stopped one of them.
So what did you just do?
I refilled my magic, but when you talk to the magic refill lady, it actually refills something ridiculous like 60 blocks of magic or something like that. It'll just keep going till it's full. If you keep casting spells, it'll keep filling every time after you cast it. So I just cast life instead of stopping at the life magic. But
So you got a free
I
health
think it
restore
might
right
be
there.
until your magic's full, though. It might stop when your magic's full.
when it stops when your magic's full, yes.
But if you cast
So.
a spell before it's completely full, then...
Oh, you jerk.
You knew you were gonna do
team sorted. Well, actually, I'm gonna get a life level here pretty soon, so that's not too bad.
This is one of the worst places for doing a real speed run, right?
Death Mountain's not so bad. There's definitely far worse places in the game.
Is it required now to do it without a camera?
It will be.
Because I know,
Not like hard requirement, but if you want to beat the run that's coming, that kind of stuff.
Who's making this one?
Arctic Eagle.
Oh, okay.
Christian Manuelson, he's Norwegian, yes?
he's got most of the records, but I think he's got
This
3
will
out
be
of the 4.
That
Yes,
one's the
Norwegian,
last
yes.
one, actually.
Yeah.
Mostly on most of the PAL
There's,
version.
he has PAL and NTSC records, and first in the New Game Plus records.
Nice.
And there's record,
Kidding me. Do not want to have to burn that this early. This is a pretty poor run through that fountain thus far.
Through the wall.
Plus 1 next to that, too.
Okay, I thought that was the other way too. Hurt.
Okay, even
Nice.
These guys are worth the fucking speed.
Yeah. When people talk about the difficulty of this game, those guys are a common complaint.
The red guy?
Yeah, the axe throwers.
Yeah, they give.
Oh, what?
If I remember correctly from the Mag Best challenge, they give 100 experience.
Yeah, which is kind of key for beating that challenge. So
Yeah.
that was really hard until you get it started. Once you get a couple levels, it's pretty easy,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, I think I ended with both. I think I got like attack 3, life 3 or something. And magic 1. Who cares about that? Right?
Yeah. It's better than dying. Usually I'm rooting for a point bag there so hard, but given the circumstances, I'll take the potion.
Simon says he's gonna name my kid Breakdown.
Oh.
Aww.
You can get the. Oh, it's cute.
I
Never
just got lost
mind.
on my iPod.
Somebody else says they're gonna name their kid Frezzy.
You suck.
Or,
Should I get the jail?
I did.
yeah, here's the next
can't turn it
challenge.
on.
You start here with
Computer.
level 1 attack, magic, and
That
life.
sucks.
And Ryan was devious enough to rig it up so you have to get 200 points to level up. You don't level up at the usual life level up of 50
Yeah.
or the usual magic level of 100.
Yeah.
Which means he got those levels accessible and then sapped his experience points down to 0 afterwards. Which is
FF Gamer attentive
insidious.
time limit is usually like 7 hours. But
How quick
But-
does a Final Fantasy VIII speedrun have to be in order to be accepted?
Uh,
It basically just has to be good.
yeah,
Yeah,
let's
Final
put it that
Fantasy
way.
X's got the
hard
longest
time
run on
on
the
it.
site.
It's the way SDA works. SDA works on a verification process, usually involving several people. You
typically
know,
7
who-
hours, but
you
popular
going to
demand.
The 7 hours thing is dead. Long
No,
dead.
no. The seven hour soft limit has been long dead. But really, ultimately, it depends on the game, and it depends on whether the verifiers like it or not.
Yeah, 10 was longer, yeah.
So why isn't there Final Fantasy VIII one?
Because nobody's done one.
Because it's too long.
I'm actually in the process for writing a route on a Final Fantasy VIII run.
You say it's too long, but essentially did do Final Fantasy X.
What do you think your time can be?
Potentially, I'm shooting for under 8 hours and 47 minutes. Like, there's a guy on the SDA forums who originally submitted a Final Fantasy VIII run, which clocked in at around 8 hours 47 minutes.
That's the one that had missing segments. Though?
Yeah, it had a missing
Nothing
segment.
like that,
But since I don't know, he doesn't seem like he has the motivation to do the run anymore. So I think, you know,
I wouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, after all that, yeah, I know. But I'm looking for places in which, you know, I could probably
What were your levels
work with some more
in the
luck
Night Quest
manipulation and
challenge?
whatnot.
That's like half of Is it a
I
low
didn't
level
do
one?
I haven't actually done any
Well,
challenges.
technically, any
the whole time I
Final
was there, I
Fantasy
was
will be a low
sweating
level
trying to
one.
get the marathon running.
I mean, like, you know,
so
like,
definitely, like I
like,
popped
see,
over and
because
said
the
hi to
enemies
Ryan
level up
real
along
quick,
with you,
but
so
that was
really
about
it's
it.
ultimately up to your junctions.
Right. Well, what are you doing to get your junctions up there? Just
Well, okay.
Cards? Card modding?
Yeah, card modding mostly. Like what the Red had planned was basically start out, you know, get Ifrit,
Fight some Fastidic columns, get some fish fins, refine them into waters.
Yeah.
junction those into your strength, and then beat down the early bosses, and then after you get a couple of cards.
So why are you doing that?
To avoid random encounters in the desert.
Yeah. But that's another thing. Final Fantasy VIII will make nice on using ENC none.
Oh, yeah.
But that won't be until probably like somewhere, maybe early Disc 2.
Disc
Unfortunately,
2 is where I always get it.
Yeah.
And then, you win the card game against the groupies.
Yeah, the Trep groupies, like in the cafeteria of Belem Garden.
Just this card, small card, cipher card, like there's only a handful of
Well,
cards.
no, you don't need those cards.
Just this
Really.
card, refine it into something.
Yeah, Samantha Souls, which refine into triples, which are probably like.
Triple's like the best jump for magic in It just
Yeah,
it's
it just is.
Yeah.
It just is, and
Well,
then you've got.
Fight tests and refine them into
Yeah, sell you pick up the occult fan in the library and you sell that to make a bunch of gil and then buy as many tents as possible and then refine those into Kiraga magic for your HP junction and then basically abuse that. You know, use that to abuse limit breaks. Like keep your characters at yellow at all times.
Oh, yeah.
Like even when they were certain effects on unjunction and rejunction,
That was
reset
crap.
the
You were on the
HP
road.
down to 500.
There were a handful of cards that I always got simply because
Yeah. I actually try to keep my card library, like whenever I do a regular playthrough, I try to keep my card library as small as possible. That way, like if I get hit with the random roll, you know, I always have a good hand of cards.
Right.
Okay, guys, 2 new donations. One from Mr. Stephen Crane. One from Lee Wang, both for $5. Breakdown for a breakdown. What are they?
They are the man, just in case anyone was wondering. This cave kind of sucks.
That's the roof.
Lounge more comfortable.
Sweet.
The limit break abuse is king. After that, it's all gravy. Nice.
You have lights now.
And I guess it's better to use it. I was trying to say magic for jump for the town when I get the down thrust. Oh, well, hey.
Take that too.
Of course, I would have much rather to point back there.
Oh no!
Oh well, it seems a little time actually.
Entirely
unintentional.
Go death abuse.
And I hit the jump button just a second too soon before I was actually on the ground, and that jumped in the register.
Sorry.
So yes, that's an easy jump, but ish happens.
I didn't know about that one. I didn't know about the other one either. So I've gotten some.
No, there's
They're one
4 on the overworld, I think. I'm gonna be grabbing 3 of them. One's very much still out of my way, and in a swamp, which is So let's hear for
This is beachside living in Hyrule, folks.
Those guys look very much alike.
Lots of inbreeding, Hyrule.
I am Error. Hear me roar.
He says it very proudly.
On the recent donation
I-
comment is Error is the man.
And
Error is the man.
I'm going.
Error of Ruto about
All you people are talking about.
something. Huh?
All you people are talking about naming your kids Breakdown, man. I'm gonna name my kid Error.
I'm sure that would work wonders for their self-esteem.
No, it builds character. I think when you think about it, error is probably English for Errol.
Possibly.
Which is English for something else.
No, Errol is... I forget the origins, but it's European origin.
This magic word will give you power.
Fairy. Oh, the word fairy for Big Gay Al definitely gives it power. Whoa, it's the rapid fire. Don't see that too often.
I'm getting a little silent over here.
Okay, so you're getting heart containers.
Breakdown does need to concentrate for this one. I'm not sure why.
There's lots of periods of dead space in this one, really, and followed by moments of grit your teeth kind of frustration, but...
So you notice that he gets all the magic containers because they're required to get the Thunder Spell, which is required to beat the game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the magic containers are necessary. The heart containers, you don't have to get any of them. I get 3 on this run. I already dished one of them, so that's the most out of the way one I get.
You know, I'd always wondered where this...
T-Mon's watching, I can hear him yelling at the screen, "Why didn't you fairy in that random encounter?" And if that's the case, I'm sorry, T-Mon, but if I forgot. Bugger.
Big Gay Al, fluttering through.
I brought my own wings, you guys.
Always a tense moment when bots are on bottom. Always tense.
And you're gonna get 400 after this?
The level up strategy for this one really depends on how many big point bag drops I get, and considering how many I've gotten, I'm only going to be leveling magic to 2. I'd like to level it to 3, but I don't think I'm going to get enough experience. I don't think there's enough up for grabs still at this point.
Somebody's wondering why we don't use the power glove.
Because it's so bad?
For every reason? I don't know.
Alright, we're gonna wing it here. Wait till I get to 4 to get that.
Yeah, you can still level up magic when you get to 400.
Right, so... And actually I could use the free refill and rig it up so I can get it. Gotta be kidding me. Could have gone that way, but I just got locked in there real bad. Let's try again.
No, I thought until I get back to Winchester.
Why waste magic?
Yeah, I need the magic. Magic rationing is also another pretty key part of running this game. Yeah, casting magic is not an option.
Here it comes.
I love that about AI in video games, is if you rush an enemy, it generally doesn't expect you to, so you can just stab them right in the face before you can take a hit.
Well, that depends on the game, ultimately.
I've
for now.
many of the games that I play, like Super Mario Brothers, is made for you to run all the way through.
Well, that
like
that
right
may
on
be
the
true.
border.
If you start being careful, that's when you start slipping up
Like
and
Devil
getting
May
hit.
Cry
How
and
much
Ninja
is the
Gaiden
boss
get
here?
back to me on that
So you
one.
need 700 on top. Boss gives 100.
I don't need your
And then
Xbox
600 after
games.
that.
Devil
And
May
I will
Cry
be
is
getting
on
another
the
item drop.
Xbox.
Not the handy close, so just that money. Whatever.
Stayplation
And
and
if worse
stuff.
comes to worse, I can stop and kill skulls. So, alright, we're going for it.
How much does skulls go?
50 each. We'll
Alright.
double if I attack. It doesn't take that long to kill him.
There we go.
I half expect the chat channel to start turning into a PS3 versus Xbox 360 versus Wii thread.
Well, I got a time about RPGs, mostly the Final Fantasy series.
Oh
Going for it.
well.
No turning back now.
Besides, the winner is obviously the Atari Jaguar.
The
original-
I agree.
The original
I agree.
64-bit
Get up
system.
to attack. Because I think
Mr.
Magic would
Quest
be
is
higher
higher
now.
No, definitely not. The attack level's like 3,000.
No, it's
No,
not.
I
It's
mean,
Final Fantasy Adventure.
You might
It's
need
not in the
500.
real Final Fantasy.
Oh, it's not, you said 700, okay.
Seiken
It's a
Densetsu.
mana.
Yeah, I know.
I thought you...
But on the
I
subject of Atari
misunderstood.
Jaguar, how about that Aliens vs Predator run that our good buddy Nate did, huh?
I have
One
not
of the longer
seen it.
standing
What
ones
about
on the site.
AVP?
Okay, apparently the Jag was not true 64-bit.
No, it
What?
wasn't. It was a 32-bit with a bunch of other chips that added up to something close to 64. Yeah. But
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
they never released the actual internal specs. This is all speculation, but none of the games are 64-bit.
I can always go back.
Huh. Oh, guys, I can't wait for the new Aliens vs Predator.
Yes, you are hearing Phil and Baltus from the Speed Gamers.
Obviously.
Well, yeah, it's definitely canceled. I'm
Who
doing
was
that.
asking?
Yeah, who wants to know?
Let's see. Wii Fanboy.
Oh, what's up, Wii fanboy?
See, I told you.
Oh, wait, no, we don't know him.
Yes, we do.
There you go back. Yeah, I got it.
One of us, one of
Has
us.
Phil got his hat with him? That,
700.
if you were watching Secret of Mana on Friday
And
night,
if you
that's
had
a
enough
really
for the
stupid
boss,
question.
that's
Phil, can I wear your hat?
Assuming those,
Yeah.
assuming you don't
Sweet.
get an item drop, I don't know how they, where you are in
No,
those.
that's sick. That
If you guys are watching the commentary stream, Carcinogen on the left is wearing Phil's hat right now.
I'm probably wearing it. Actually,
Hi,
I'm wearing
Honor.
it backwards.
Get over here.
Yeah, I was wearing it backwards. Or was I?
No, that's backwards.
Oh, it is. Okay.
As you can see, he is infinite.
He's an amateur at hat
instantly
wearing.
gained 50 million style points.
He's still an amateur at hat wearing, though.
I also gained 50 million life points for the next time I get up off this couch.
Oh,
Fuck!
It was 200?
It was 200. That's gonna swear he was 1. Oh well. No complaints.
Bear
Either
just
way.
said, they took your job.
Somebody says having Switch hats a breakdown.
No way.
What we doing for money? Is that an offer for a donation?
I don't know.
Is that Yahtzee on the left?
What?
Why did Bear say?
Who's on the left?
You're on the left.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm on the left.
Camera left.
Who did they say? Who did they ask?
They asked if you were Yahtzee.
If I
Make
was
breakdown.
Nazi?
Zero
Skateman
punctuation.
Skateman says make breakdown wear Phil's hat.
Give it to Chip.
I'll just set it on top of
The
your
only
hat.
thing better than one hat is 2 hats. The only thing better than 2 hats is 5 hats. Never enough.
We need.
Been there and done that.
Okay. Maybe breakdown should wear 3 hats.
I don't know how you're gonna get the sombrero on top of this thing.
I don't even say one Andrew Gear's word.
My sister wonders if the guy with the hat is single.
That's a useful
Oh,
trick
there's a guy
later.
with 2 hats.
No, it's not you. It's I'm pretty sure it's Carcinogen
Oh, really?
we're talking about.
Whoa.
Who wants to know?
Someone's sister.
Well,
MMXSC.
Somewhere in the room.
Is it my sister?
Cox got red.
a little bit.
I could be.
But does boxes have
Hoping
his
for
beard?
magic thing.
Electric Wiz says,
I don't think I
hey
need
Wes,
to eat it.
Electric Wiz says his buddy's nickname is Carcinogen.
Gotta be such a pain in the ass.
A couple of new donations. We've actually had quite a few.
Fantastic.
Past 20 minutes. Lester Graham for $2.
You are the man.
What's up, Jagger?
Richard
Jagger.
Riley for $20.
Lester is Jagger G.
Thank you, Jagger G.
I was,
And also thank you for your efforts.
I completely didn't. I don't know how I didn't pick that up before. And each of these three: Cohen Putman, Colin O'Kelly, and Ryan Vogt. I don't know how you pronounce that. Sorry. All $5 each.
Well, congratulations, sirs. You are all now the man.
You have to
And
share
you're
your
all,
title.
if you weren't already,
You're a collected
eligible
man.
for
That
any prizes remaining in.
So, the donations
Yeah,
to
but-
see Chip wearing 3 hats now.
You know, if I want to be the guy.
No, definitely don't need to feedback. I only need to get one level. And, well, I have enough to get one
Guy
level.
loves to get a beer and he's
Yeah,
well,
to get a boss.
I have a
coming out.
actually
life level, and then it's 800 after that. Boss gets 300.
I would get a beer right about now, but
I'm the developer.
now's not a good time. I mean, it's my birthday come midnight, so yeah, then for sure.
Yeah, he'll wait till tomorrow more than likely before he does that.
Yeah. Let's
I think we should, though.
I think only you should.
Oh.
And we'll
I mean,
ask all
what's
the
up?
questions.
It's the only thing we could do. We could do
How far in the Zelda 2 breakdown?
Let's call us 3 of, 7.
Are you still?
Actually, so
Couldn't have gone
you're
better.
timing that, aren't you?
What?
You're timing Zelda 2, aren't you?
Yeah. The shooting watch is going up there.
Thomas Craig says
36 minutes
says
and 40
incidentally
seconds.
Carcinogen and I share a birthday.
Are you skipping the crystals?
cool.
Or do
Happy
you have
birthday
a...
to you also,
Yeah,
Tom.
I
Thomas.
also
Placing
share.
them.
I also share a birthday with another member
Not
of
placing
FCA. Some of you
Placing
know Psycho Child.
Jimmy Gunn. Oh god.
Yeah, he did Donkey Kong. Was it Donkey
Country
Kong?
2.
Donkey Kong Country 2.
Yeah, Donkey
hard-
Kong Country 2
hard.
on the Game Boy Advance.
Hard mode.
Devil May Cry 3. Let's see, what else? What else?
Can't think of anything else.
I mean, I know he's done other
Oh,
runs.
funny coincidence. I was playing Madden 07 one time. I did franchise mode other times. I picked up a quarterback in the draft ones. His name was James Conway. And I told Psycho John, he was laughing his butt off. It's like, great to know I suck in a parallel universe. Psycho John, if you're listening, my apologies. We love you anyway.
Okay.
El Cool Day wants to know if we raise the charity goal to 7,000 maybe.
Sure, why not?
Okay, but I don't know how to do that.
You go to edit chip in.
Now,
We'll go to
let's
my
see-
chip
let's
in.
see how
and then
we're-
click
let's see
the
where we
edit
are
option.
first. Refresh. Richard Rise says next time do Marble Madness.
We did Marble Madness.
Okay.
It glitched out at the very, very end.
5,844. There's stuff from other sources, that's close enough.
Was it because Andrew G was playing on the same NES?
Okay.
Whoa.
Save changes.
It's a mechanical horse.
We are heading for
Get off the mechanical horse,
$7,000 now, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, that was a good fight.
7,000.
Thank you, El Cool Day, for the.
We're over 6.
Seven.
Over 6?
7,000.
So he says, I say raise it to 9,001.
God, I hate that meme so much.
The Blue Dragoon says, hey Breakdown, you're doing great.
Thank you, the Blue Dude. I appreciate it. Could be better, but I'm not.
Super Metroid
playing it too
was
loud here,
42.
certainly.
Would you say your hatred for that meme is over 9,000?
Probably because the meme
Sorry.
has been uttered over 9,000 times since I've come up to Virginia.
Fun level up spree
Well
here.
played.
Whoa! What do you got here?
Take these suspenders. Check this blender.
We surrender.
Down to table 3.
Some comments. Lester Graham says, sorry to count for much, but imagine if the 1,200 people plus turned in.
Donating specifically so Aussie Mike will call me the man. I'm sorry, Colin, because I think I actually had Breakdown do it last time, or maybe Matrix, I can't remember. But I would just like to say that you definitely are the man.
Richard Rowley, we did do Moral Madness, but it glitched out on the last level.
Like at the very end of the last level, no less.
Mr. Ryan Vode put in $5 after saying, for the funniest Zelda 2 death I've seen in a while, after just surviving, getting a magic container, and then falling into the single lava pit on the screen.
Yeah.
For those of you who didn't see it,
shining moment.
I'm sorry, I missed that. Oh my god.
Those of you who didn't see it, it was just as funny as it sounds.
Not sure.
No?
Yeah, I got hit. Jerk. You little guys. Hey, I'm back. I'll take it.
Over here, hotness.
McDonald's would steal that chamber.
We actually get to hear the overworld music play for a little bit. When trying to get through here without running into too many encounters, the rule of thumb is take the longest, windiest path possible. It also gets you the magic container. Skips the you got the thing animation.
Where's the kid?
Internet friend says that a breakdown.
I get him after getting the boots.
A breakdown. Internet friend says that the Zelda 2 death was the NES's payback for cheating Death in Jackal.
I guess I had that coming. Because that was truly a
There is someone with a good memory.
Indeed.
That
and
was
a faithful viewer. So props for that, man, definitely. And yeah, I guess I did kind of deserve that.
God,
so, that was ridiculous.
that was definitely.
That's as I refer to it, a low light real moment. But a ridiculous event, but a ridiculous event we never should have seen happen. All right, this is a 2-stop palace. Trip 1 for the boots.
And trip 2 after getting this spell you need to beat the boss.
Right.
Great, Turbo was kicked by leg comms, so what?
Don't mod angrylag.com. Don't mod angry.
Dragoon says that Fall in the Lava was just as epic as the Death in Turtle Sport. Mike, I hope you heard that.
I'm assuming he's watching upstairs.
Death in Turtle Sport.
What happened in Turtle 4?
It was, he managed to get through this massive enemies on just one life.
Oh yeah, and then he got kicked in the face as he was running for
As
the
he was
pizza.
just about to get the pizza.
Right in
He was like jumping towards the pizza and a foot soldier appears in front of him.
Right in front of the pizza? Oh my god, I missed that.
Come on, guy. You know you want to kill me. All your friends are trying to. Come on, first one's free.
Strange Furball was kicked by Uranium Anger. Thank you, sir. I have another.
Now back up.
Is Breakdown married to Courtney Cox?
Is it the hat? No, I'm not
I
married to
don't
Courtney
know.
Cox. Get him.
She's married to me.
You know, David, I can't recall any interest with you. Cares about your stupid time. No, seriously.
And fairies even have to take the elevator. The only way to trigger up and down room transitions is with
He's
the
implying that
elevator.
Breakdown is David Arquette. No, he's not.
I am not David Arquette, no. I wish I had his money. But
If you had his money, how much of it would you be donating to Cat?
how much of it would I be donating to care? We'd be saying some names right now, I can promise you that much. At least one name in particular.
Steve wants to know, Phil, are you cheating on the sea?
You would certainly be the man.
No.
Which is not to say that you're not the man already.
I would dumb myself the man, at the very least. Yeah, let's get some magic. Why not? You jerk. Magic makes
Let's get some in town.
Yeah, let's get called on killing me. They're a little smarter than your average. I'm going back. Actually, turn around.
What's that?
It'll still be there. That is the.
It's like a small child.
Yeah, it's a small child. Fun fact: you have
Link
to
just
stab
left
him. In the Japanese
Neverland.
version, you have to stab him to pick him up.
Was a dead
Link just moved the guy. God.
Yeah. Link doing his best Jesus impersonation.
Statement says, "Phil, you're full of lies when the hat is not on your epic curly hair," quote unquote.
What?
So,
You want your hat back, man?
yeah.
I must admit, I feel a little silly. Just a little. Just a smidge.
So now that I'm wearing it, I'm no longer full of lies, eh? Interesting.
Alright, I could try to skip these forced encounters, but they're easy experience.
So if picking up Oddjob is cheating and Breakdown looks like Oddjob, does circular logic imply that Breakdown is cheating?
Forget Oddjob, I play his George.
He goes from
I
Oddjob
got
to Tony
my
Hawk.
ass
Wonder
handed
who
to
else
me.
he can transform into.
Tony Hawk, that's a new one.
Tony Hawk.
You skateboard, don't you, Breakdown?
What's that?
Don't you skateboard?
I had a very brief career as a skateboarder, and then I realized I didn't want to like break myself trying to learn how to get better at it. So I stopped skating at that point.
So you took out speed running instead.
Yeah, somebody says you definitely look like Tony Hawk right now.
Okay. I guess there are worse people to look like.
Got it.
And FYI, one of Stansky's Sony matchups came up either Trey Parker or Matt Stone, I forget which.
To get on someone's chimney.
Wait, that's not Tony Hawk.
What?
Speak of the devil.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
evening, Stansky.
Good evening, sir.
Stansky.
Yeah.
Bruce.
Arson.
Yeah,
That was me, man.
Stansky.
Some people just said that Breakdown looks like Tony Hawk, and I mentioned that one of your Sony matchups came up one of the South Park creators. I forget which.
You needed this as a kid. You
I
played more
can kind of
games
see
here.
it, but his hair is completely
The kids
wrong.
won't let you in the door.
Isn't breaking into nerves so much fun?
What a breaking in that. It's not breaking in that, right?
They let me in.
Pretty much
I haven't
Pretty
guessed
much
it.
every RPG involves the main character being a kleptomaniac.
A little bit.
Except Final Fantasy Star 4. So there's nothing in here, and it's rude to look through other people's things. Except I'll make this one exception. Fantasy Star 4. And you can't search cabinets in that one. You get the same message in every single one. And then it says, yeah, except for one where it says, oh, I'll make an exception this time, and some girl in your party yells at you, depending on what stage of the game you're at.
That was in 4?
Yep.
I remember that scene, but I don't know if I played 4. Which you can't access.
Which I can't turn off.
Haha.
Stupid jailbroken iPhone.
Oh, what? I called shenanigans on that one. I need prune.
Whoa.
Yeah, and the forest, they appear right on top of you. Forest, graveyard, and cave.
Yeah, that pretty much constitutes a random encounter. God, I'm so thirsty right
Attention enemies, Breakdown would like you to know that you're all jerks.
They are.
True.
Trying to keep it PG-13, folks.
Now that you don't really need it.
It's a little help. Full health is always a good thing. I will not turn my nose up at it.
Somebody's wondering how are you able to walk on the street? How are you able to walk on the water there?
Magic boots. I've already been to this palace once and picked them up, and they let you walk on water. Well, certain frames of water. You can't walk on all the water.
Jesus boots, yes.
Jeez.
Jesus boots.
Those things are hard to kill when you have jump cats.
Last time I checked, the internet was unrated. Well, I'd like to hope that stays the case, but unfortunately in my native land of Australia, they are trying to effectively censor the internet, which I'm not very happy about. And I don't want to rant about it too much more, because A, it makes me angry, and B, I don't want to detract from what's a pretty good speed run going on here.
Somebody's asking, hey, isn't Breakdown playing a character in Final Fantasy 13?
Oh, that one, yeah.
What?
I haven't played it.
Huh?
You got a story on that one there? You got a story on that one, Breaker?
I think it's merely the two.
Censoring the internet is censored up. Ah, the irony.
Horse heads.
I don't remember this part of the game. Like those candles look pretty odd.
Yeah, Uranium Anchor's got it right. What I refer to as censoring the internet is basically the government makes a law that all ISPs have to filter a certain blacklist of content.
Ooh.
The issue...
Well.
No, it's not going over well at all.
So, who's in charge of this?
So who's going to
The government, that's the problem.
So how long are you guys going to keep the government in the dark
Who in
about
the government
proxies?
is in charge of it?
Sorry?
Who in the government is in charge of it?
Communications minister.
I think I read about her somewhere. Isn't she like some fat old hag or something?
I'm not from this country.
By the people in this audio commentary.
I'm not from this country.
Was it SDA or care?
Well, yeah, I know. I mean, I'm talking about the communications ministry.
No, because the communications
Well, the last,
minister in
I'm
Australia is a
judging
guy.
that,
and
I'm
he's-
judging that from the fact that the last guy gave 200.
Oh.
Well, it's pretty intense
Nice.
boss fight here.
Nice.
Got lucky at the end.
Reflector
there.
for the win.
The man.
And the fun fact about this next palace is it's one where I don't have to worry about experience points at all. Not in the slightest. Just charge my
You
way
have
through.
donations now? Don't hesitate to send more.
Samuel Newstone, $25.
You are the man.
Yes, indeed, sir. You are the man. Exclusive member of the Man Club.
Keep up the great work, everyone.
Loved Monster Party. Where's Koreshi? Is he upstairs?
Possibly.
I guess, yeah.
Kuroshi, if you're listening, somebody loved your Monster Party play.
There's no enemies in the ocean.
Indeed. Walking around on the paths, you can't see those in different things. You only walk on certain water
I think after Zelda 2 we'll do the pictures.
Heart container, what up?
And the other heart container is near the Hidden Palace.
Yes.
We do have some drawings of the big three of the
Whatever you
Zelda
wanna call
series
it.
to
What do you
raffle
need
off.
to get
We'll be
into?
doing that after either this game or Link's Awakening.
What's going on?
Somebody recently donated 25, said they loved your Monster Party run.
Oh, great, because
And they are the
people
man.
asking when it was going to be over, when it was going on. So, that's nice, thanks. Whoever did that is awesome, because Monster Party is a great
Yeah. Chris says whoever did that is the man.
Yes, definitely.
54-14.
Are you the next one? Yeah. Still got time. But stay loose.
So what are you doing so far?
Okay, I've got one stupid death. The internet's labeled as epic.
That was intentional to
Yeah, that's my story and I'm sticking to it, even after I made a big point of having no unintentional deaths in this run.
Someone just laughed like in room, like, I have no idea who that was.
Alright.
How much time did that screw up?
It saves time, actually.
Because it takes you to the beginning of that level, and he was just at the end, so you
Oh,
found that we're back here with full health.
It's on the skulls.
So it actually
It'll be
saved
all
like
longer
15
now.
seconds.
Whoa.
Usually I catch jump here and get the key in a hurry.
Well,
but
apparently
I
you
gotta
just lost
wait.
the time right now.
That's good.
There we go.
Yeah.
At least we don't fall into like
Just
It's
tunnel out.
right, it's like it's
Or rather like
again, I
columns.
didn't beat.
Yeah.
Which I
Because I
play,
hate
which
it.
I play
It's
like
hard,
crazy.
it's like, I can't fight with this snake.
Next game is Zelda Link's Awakening,
Oh, what?
being played by
Michelle.
our resident German speedrunner.
77. Well,
Keep it Michael or Michael, not Michelle.
Mikael.
Michael.
Mikael, okay.
Let's just call him German Mike.
Thank you.
Or Mikael, das deutsche Schwein.
Oh, thank you, thank you, Frezzy, our sweetest speed.
He knows me without the
This flight did not leave 20 minutes after the flight zero.
Maybe Rezzle make you a diplomatic ambassador or something, I don't know.
Very offensive. The German.
Frezzy, hey Frezzy and Rezzle make you head of the SDAUN, I don't know.
Crap, Mike.
If Mike's okay with it, however, he's not here.
Oh, wall glitch.
That's
Good
intentional.
job.
Just like Mario, yeah.
No, that's completely intentional.
Is that an invisible wall
But you
breaker?
did not
Yes, it
need
is.
an
You
one
have to go
upload
through it.
No, I think there might be some text somewhere that says something.
Yes, like someone in some town, I think, referenced
There's a lot of
it.
way to get this.
This room's
It's like in the real Final Fantasy.
Sorry, we are not taking votes on what
Secret passage
Tigger
all
names
over the place.
Zelda
It's
is.
impossible. I
And I
go
think there's
crazy
valid
playing
reason
this.
for that. We're not gonna.
It's great
Tell
because
them
like
why.
they're always like mentioning these are always paths that are going to be.
We are
obvious
not
for
doing
anybody
the
who
links to
actually
past.
sitting
No,
there with
we don't have
our
anybody
possible secret
knowledgeable
about
on that
Zelda.
game, nor do we have, nor does any of us have the game. Sorry.
We had a really big voting for which game was the best NES game ever in Sweden. I think Zelda 2 got in second or third place.
Really? That's
So how popular is this one in America?
It's kind of surprising because it's generally considered the least popular Zelda
it's
game.
least
that is,
popular.
like,
I've heard being billed as the black sheep of the series.
Those who really like Zelda 2.
I like it
Zelda
better
2
than
has its
this.
fans.
This is
Well,
a
I mean-
fake wall. It is not a glitch.
Who's cooler, Germans or Swedes? Well, I don't think anyone could go past Freddie Anderson. So, we're going to have to go with Swedes on that one.
That just makes this really easy.
Well,
Don't
Michael,
make
you
this
have
easy,
some
so.
cool tricks going on too.
But it never runs.
Did you see what Australia did with Left 4 Dead 2?
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
I did. That is another problem we're having at the moment. It's a real shame. Australia is the only developed country in the world which does not have an R18 plus rating for games. Which basically means that...
No infant mature.
No, we have that. Which basically means that any game that's excessively violent, in the eyes of the classification board at least,
Shirtless!
Gets a rating known as refused classification, which basically means it can't be sold in the country.
So even worse than in Germany?
I wouldn't say worse.
One.
Did you have enough magic for life?
No, I did not.
Ah, 50. Yeah, you didn't.
You can chalk that to Breakdown's mother. She wanted to save named it.
Yeah. You can see it a couple times at least. So.
That's where Jack Thompson.
That was for you, Bob.
Australia.
Yeah, that's it.
Maybe they'll take him.
Nah, Jack Thompson got disbarred.
Here.
He's done
here.
I said he'll go to Australia next.
Well,
there we go.
We've got our own Jack Thompson, unfortunately.
Oh no.
His name's Michael Atkinson. He's basically blocking the push for an R18 plus game
Well,
because it has because
they-
any change to the classifications has to be approved by all the attorneys general.
Is Frizzy bad at least one game?
I was surprised to see that they.
I don't think any of us can answer that.
The new
aside
Alien
from
versus
Sonic.
I'm really
Predator
bad at
game.
Donkey Kong Country 3, I've heard.
I don't know if you heard that, but he says he's bad at DKC3, which we
I
we didn't do.
I meant
Regrettably.
the first Donkey Kong 3 for NES.
Oh, sorry, DK3, yeah. Especially the MagFest challenge. Every time somebody brings it up, he's like, fudge off.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I think we'll leave any serious discussion there for the moment, and we'll just go back to the speedrunning.
So how about them donations?
Actually, that's a good question.
How about that?
How
So anyways,
about
just a plug
Can we tell the pregnant
for the charity organization. We're raising money for care.
Receive another $25 from Andrew Watterson.
You are the man.
We get a life level.
You are like a rock
Thank you for keeping me
magnet.
entertained all weekend.
That's what you collect.
It's always good to see comments like this because we know we're doing what we want to do.
He's supporting awesomeness. Thank you, Waterman.
Yeah. So anyways, we're raising money for care. The organization is dedicated to fighting poverty by educating women in third world countries and providing disaster relief, wartime relief, or what have you. In fact, the term care package was coined by the organization CARE. A little known fun fact. Either way, we want your money. Money up.
Bless your heart. Bless your hearts.
The one time you won it.
And all of a sudden they're like, oh no, we won't hit you. Go on your way now. Yes, scamp.
What was the estimated finish time for Zelda 2?
125.
So how much do
How
we know
far are
about-
we through at the moment though?
How about 25?
We're
Creeping up on an hour. So,
Creeping up on an hour, so let's say this will be done
Half an
by...
hour.
We reckon it'll be done by 20 to 8. 20 to 8, is it? Yeah.
It's like I said,
Yeah,
half an
we
hour.
projected about a time of about 1 hour and 25 minutes. Yeah, we'll see.
what's the time sitting at now? I can't really see it from here.
The time is at
2:25.
Two people
Yeah,
get up.
yeah, like
One
an
of now, which I
It rolled over an hour and 2 minutes and 25 seconds.
31, 32, 33,
Decide.
34, etc.
Yeah, it rolls over every time it hits a new hour.
So no.
Are we taking
That-
donations on the names of characters in Final Fantasy VI later? Yes we are. Anything to add to that?
And
No, I
yes,
don't
Link
think
is
so.
definitely a gay owl.
Yeah, just getting your donations, specify what you want the character to be. We'll take the highest bidder for each character. Every character except Numero will be getting a name, will be getting collected. So certain characters will have bigger roles than others. We're going to leave that up to your knowledge of Final Fantasy III speedrunning to deduce which ones are which. But we will spot you that Gao does not figure into the run at all. So,
So guys,
yes.
The limit on names in Final Fantasy 3 is 6 characters.
Yes,
Just,
so
just for the
it makes
record.
Magic Man
Your
so
mind.
much easier. And dialogue, not necessarily valid part.
what's this?
Magic Key.
Yeah.
I have to go up here. I have to go to the town anyway for a magic container, so might as well take the extra minute to get a spell in this.
So guys, everyone in this room, what games would you have liked to see in this marathon? In particular,
magic container on the way out.
Well, maybe.
Well, I mean, like, just, you know, like, I was thinking, you know, one game that could have gone over really well is Middle Storm.
Omega Boost.
Yeah, in the end, it just comes down to who we've got here and what they know.
Well, no, I know that, but forget it. I asked the question all wrong. That happens.
He was asking if you could have any speedrunner play whatever game you wanted. What which one would you be playing?
Right, exactly. Fair enough. Well, I honestly don't know enough games to
make
that
kind of good.
Yeah, but people keep telling me Blaster Master is a good one.
Yes.
Streams are not now. If it's not working for you, refresh, unload your cookies, whatever. It's more likely something on your end. There's nothing we have control over.
And if you can hear us, your screen's working fine.
And
I'll leave the commentary for you.
Probably just you stream being a fink on your side.
The cutscenes are kind of self-parody.
We have no idea if she is or not, guys.
She's what, aiming for a record? No, probably not.
Actually,
She
what,
has the
with
record.
the Final Fantasy VI?
FF6, yeah.
It's her record.
There is a possibility that she might be.
Well,
what?
Theoretically,
Well, I mean, if I was
her run, albeit it's one sitting, is 4 hours and 48 minutes.
Yeah, her current record is 4 hours and 48 minutes for a single segment run.
However, that is under controlled circumstances, which we are not here. There we go.
Well, I mean, hey, you never know. She was rocking some DKC2 earlier, so.
Segmented, or was hers Final Fantasy 6 final?
Hers was no save, all one go.
It was all one go.
No saves, yeah, okay.
Thank you for it.
It's the one that took the speedrunning community by storm.
Skateman says 4 of the characters in Final Fantasy 6 should be named Frezzy, Andrew, Mike, and Chip. I don't know which one's in particular. I think Sabin. I think the.
Can I be Locke?
I think the Frezzy one. I think the Frezzy one's gonna be Sabin.
Definitely call Edgar if that comes to be.
I want to be Locke.
I think somebody said Locke is gonna be Jewball.
Well, people put their money where their mouths are here.
Yeah, anyway, that's a valid point.
Who's that?
Mike. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice. Kill it all.
Oh, I did not want to fall there.
Greg James died twice.
$10 from Mr. Nick Hauser.
And one more.
$10 for Sensor to be called NHOUZ.
There we go. Back where we're supposed to be.
And that's right.
I know that guy.
Yes.
No.
I don't know how to pronounce it.
Hold
on.
House or something.
We're on time.
That was cool.
In-house.
Telebot.
NHOUZ.
Yes. Essentia is more than likely going to be saving this one.
Yeah, there's going to be saves, definitely.
Yeah, well, actually, when I think about that, yeah, it probably won't be a world record in that case, but...
Oh, wait, it hit me twice, too.
Eric, that name is too long. The limit is 6 characters.
You could fit over 9K.
God damn it, Bill.
Good name.
And I feel the same way about most games as you do. They'll donate for it.
$1,000 to name everybody.
Just wanted to get him out.
Yes!
If you donate $1,000, we can name everybody Kefka. But it must be one $1,000 shot.
Again, if you want, a
there.
particular name for any of the FF6 characters, what was the only exception again?
Name length and non.
Can we name Terra after Mrs. Vogel?
What?
Certainly. I don't know why not.
Who is the ladies' man of the group? Well, apart from Freddy, I think it's clearly the man playing right now.
Hello, ladies.
Okay.
Nancy last year said that Frezzy looks amazingly sexy in person, but they also said that gave him quite a run for his money, something to that effect.
Essentially, I might have to approve any option of naming two or more characters the same because
it may be confusing as well. Yeah.
The final battle, really, you just have a list of 14 names.
Which mic, Skate Man?
Well, the game even let you duplicate names?
I'm sure.
I thought it would check for that.
Secret of Mana does that.
Yama, of course.
Secret of Mana blocks you from renaming people the same
Skate
way.
Man says, I personally think Yama's ladies, man.
Pretty cool.
I didn't know that either.
They were doing it so that they could, it doubles all your armor or something so that you can sell it all. It's an in-game glitch.
Who's going to be Setsu though? I'll take Setsu if nobody else will.
Wait, what? You naming your characters the same doubles your armor?
Should name Setzer Kenny R.
Kenny R.
Kenny Rogers.
Because of the gambler.
Amen.
I'm gonna catch this baseball bat with my teeth. This is the dairy channel.
We are not doing Rocket Knight Adventures, no.
Eggnog.
A lot of people requesting Rocket Knight Adventures.
That's amazing, actually. It's probably been the most requested game we haven't done.
What?
Well, there is. I did see a copy of Sparkster over there.
What game?
For what that's worth.
Rocket Knight Adventures.
Well, I did see a lot of that.
Roguestein says Mog should be named Error.
No, it's not very much.
Well, if anyone wants to put their money where their mouth is regarding these names, just add a comment to a donation. Currently, we got $10 for Setzer to be called New In-House.
Key timing for that level.
What? Is that the X?
Yeah.
No. I want the regular one.
You want to play regular?
Yeah. This is gonna be funny if it was in color only. It's much shit.
Sells as Maria. Oh. Anybody walk into that one?
So Maria looks just like Maria? Imagine that. And they'll somehow be surprised that Maria looks like Maria.
Oh, from the opera, you mean?
Makes for some funny dialogue.
Just like when some people name Edgar Gerard.
Not used to these non-backlit screens.
Yeah.
No,
That's why I gave up just now. I was like, you know what? Look at this.
We got Vaults AAA and AA.
Actually,
Vaults AAA and AA.
Mother 3 handles that case pretty well.
We can field that question if Mike returns. He can probably field that.
If you rename Duster or Kumatora and someone into an alias they use later in the game, the alias they use instead be used their normal name.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I should rename them.
I mean, if you name Duster Lucky, and then
in that section he'll be called Duster?
Yeah.
That's pretty neat.
That's what I heard.
TSG wasn't incredibly popular when they started out. It's all about building reputation for live streaming. So you guys want to kind of clarify that?
What?
Because
Sorry?
Nice.
This guy said speed games weren't incredibly popular when they started.
No, we weren't.
No. Almost nobody is unless you get incredibly lucky. Like someone advertises you on TV or something.
So you were ending it at Lucky Sevens?
Lucky Sevens. I'm not
So
getting the
I
magic
do
level
remember
right
you guys
away, though.
did get pretty big pretty quickly.
Yeah,
And
our
I
first
canceled it,
break
picked up
was
4,000,
Metroid Marathon
so
last
kinda
year.
guarantees I have full magic.
Yeah, with Screw Attack and
If you guys
Retro.
want a particular name for any particular character, please donate and add a comment to your donation.
Started that
The highest cumulative bid will get it.
For a given character or for all the characters?
Each character, except for one, I can't remember. Tomorrow. That's the only one that's gonna stay.
Tomorrow will not be selected at all.
Yeah,
so if you
will never see him.
But the name
he will never be named, therefore you cannot choose a name for him.
Abominable Snowman character?
Yeah,
Soccer
you
wants
get
to
it.
know, don't those stones look like it's flipping you, giving you the finger?
You can't get him without getting
Well, maybe.
Probably
Probably pretty pissed off. I just rocked their palace, so.
Go-Go is the one who mimics.
Whoa. Oh, I should just ran.
Yes, we are. Some of us are.
That'll teach me.
Yes, okay, gorilla, sorry. Yeah.
You might want to keep track of this because there are 13 characters you need to keep track of.
Pen and paper might be a handy thing to have for this.
Or
but actually-
notepad or something.
Yeah, something. Yeah, Mr. Old Fashioned.
Do we already have?
Where's my notebook?
Name?
We had
we already have
We had one.
We're talking about Windows notepad.
What do they want to name them?
Are you serious?
In-house.
Why not?
You want it.
You could just use notepad. That's like I said. I want
Someone
a
please
notebook.
donate to make a mold named Uyama.
Huh?
Okay, while that's a great suggestion, it actually doesn't count unless...
Please donate so we can make it happen. Ours says someone please donate to make Bog named Uyama so he can dance. Bog does the big sexy.
Bog Uyama?
Make it happen.
Oh, you're kidding me.
You might want to tell people what you're doing.
We're trying to force a counter something.
Yeah. Notice how I was stepping into a
Well, just so
forest.
people who are watching this know what they're doing. We may know.
Yeah, well, you might have noticed I was entering and exiting a forced encounters. for
I
a
don't
while
think
there.
so yet.
Pogo, pogo, pogo.
Yeah. Like that too.
Is this supposed to be right?
There's another one.
Yes.
Okay.
The other is nice up there.
Oh, you got one of the clear ones or something.
Atomic purple.
Yeah, I got that. Atomic purple. I think that's what I got that.
You guys stupid.
I think mine goes back.
Which means Essentia is
A room with two
away.
different types of moving, randomly moving flying enemies.
Bad Wolf,
One of my
we
least favorite
raised
in
our
the game.
we raised our goal up because we hit our initial
Oh,
5,000. We
let's
got
see
to
how
6.
many
Now
this.
we've upped it to 7,000.
I named him Dongs. Let's see if the name
turn
that
anything
is.
randomly.
Turn stuff into bots.
I don't get it.
So I would have turned that Scorpion into
If
a bot. You
it
wouldn't be able
changes
to
the
kill
maze
me.
by what you name him.
But he didn't kill me anyway, so it's not necessarily necessary. But I like to keep my health high if I can.
We saw these have fun with things and try.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Great things.
Okay, this guy's here. Full health, full magic going into the great.
Snowman wants to know. Snowman's wondering how good we would be if we were drinking while doing the runs.
Awful?
Super good.
Best
No,
ever.
depends on some
It would go so.
I mean, so good.
It would go so fast.
Eyes out too. I'll
We
kick
think
his
we're
ass.
doing good.
It would go so fast the marathon would already be over, and you would be lonely.
I'll beat that champion game.
Eldar says if you don't get a hit on Death Mountain, you're the man.
Death Mountain? Well, that was a while ago.
Yeah. What he really meant was
The Great Palace, and the odds of me not getting hit once through here, I'd
Yes,
you
we
bet a buck
already
on
did
it in
Mega
Vegas,
Man.
and
The
it
first
happens,
several
you're probably
games
gonna walk
done.
out with like $1,000, but
So he says next year we should go for over $9,000.
hey, we can still go for over $9,000.
Wasn't me this time.
Could happen.
Oh yeah, Final Fantasy 6.
What? 1,000?
No. Stop. No more names.
Alright.
Was it me? That was an honest statement. $9,000? What is $9,000?
Was Frizzy almost drunk? Was Frizzy almost drunk in one of his runs? I don't know.
No, he was
I don't know about drunk, but he was
I don't know
very,
about
very
almost.
tired.
Yeah.
Well, having said that, he actually was drinking, so I don't know.
The symptoms are similar. Pretty much drunk in the bar. I'm like, is the bar open yet? No, for another 10 minutes. Okay.
Some dude will get $40 to an anchor.
Edgar what?
Sorry.
What do you want to name him?
Donate and we might make it happen, buddy.
I hate you, Battle. I hate you.
Remember WTER. Sissy?
I don't know about that one.
Oh, was that?
Hey, I don't know. Edgar's
$25.
got Edgar's got some pretty good stuff.
Yeah, you can get that cheaper on eBay. Or from me.
Like early on in the
I
game,
don't know if I still have
especially,
two
he's like a
copies, but yeah,
powerhouse
that
for,
game
like,
is not
leveling.
$25.
Game's on.
Yeah, not
Guys, just so you know, character limit for Final Fantasy VI is 6 characters, so anything longer than that, we can't accept it.
Right now we have a request for Setzer to be in-house. And I can see why Nick Hauser was the donor.
Breakdown, have you taken any wrong turns yet?
No, I
I
have
suppose,
not.
technically speaking, the turn into a lava pit was not a right turn.
Not a right turn. It was the right direction. The thought was right.
Right direction was left, not down.
Somebody says she should name every character Mudkip.
Kick that person. No, really kick that person.
I think we need a major donation for that, like $1,000 maybe.
Well, I mean, at least you did pretty good staying away from memes up until now.
Yeah, I think we've done well on that until today.
Yeah.
And now we've just ruined it.
Tell you, a couple more $1,000 before the end of this thing, and we will turn it into main demos. Archive.com.
Or name every character the man.
Well, I guess that is kind of a meme in itself.
So he says name all the characters like yes, no, darn it, and the like.
And the like.
That's actually.
Yeah, the like's too many characters.
No. Yes, no, darn it, whatever else is to that effect.
Well,
yeah. Nope. I suppose I could have kept my magic and just gone, there's a fairy down here I probably should have got instead. But too late now. I need full magic again. Sorry, everybody. I just need trick to show off. Oh, come on.
Skateman says, oh my god, you used a TAS technique.
Yeah, that's it.
What?
Right, a hidden wall is totally a TAS technique.
That, my friend, is
You
a
got
hidden
yourself.
wall, I think.
Come on, 3 in
Not
a
a
row.
hidden wall, it's a hidden path is a fake wall.
Work.
If you want to be graphic.
the game's doing a Metroid on
Try to
you.
get a red potion so I can refill my life meter. Though I should have just got the fairy on the in the room below, but it's a little late
That
for that
does
now.
have a red thing in it, right?
What's that?
It does have a red
Yes,
potion
it does.
in it.
50-50 shot. I'm just getting horrible odds. So horrible luck. Come on now.
Metroid.
Oh, come on.
So, 10 minutes to each regiment.
You gotta be kidding me. 125. How might not make it? Come on. There we go. And it's level enough to cast light. That would have been the real kick in the nuts.
Yeah, then you have to.
I'd have to get that and still come down here and get the fairy
There's
anyway.
12 people in the room right now. I don't know how many in all.
Is it in the house?
Yeah.
My
There's
phone.
probably another dozen or so upstairs.
Dozen?
So where's the fairy?
At least.
What?
That was the refilling my life there was more just for, the sake of doing it, having full life.
Can your mom
So.
speedrun something?
Oh, my mom hasn't gotten into speedrunning. She has not. Giant bot falls from the sky. Oh, you jerk.
Ding.
Let's follow him.
I'm
Then
gonna get
beat
him.
him up.
Oh, I'm gonna get him. I'll learn him good.
Have a speedrun Barbie Horse Adventure.
Barbie Horse Adventure. That's just too much.
That game's too easy to speedrun.
Expert opinion from Phil here. That game is way too
Right
easy.
down, Stansky says he sped ran your mom last night.
Oh, I will not have two things said about my mom, but it's actually my mom. My mom's actually in the occasion. Just yes, you're lucky you broke your leg. That's all I gotta say.
And especially given that Breakdown's mom has put so much to the cause.
With all the magic I don't have.
So has Stansky that. Oh my!
Thunderbird's a bitch.
3 big gals remaining.
That's part of what makes this fight so hard.
Yeah, if you had 8 magic, you'd probably use life. But.
Probably not even.
Flicky, World of Warcraft is not suitable for speedrunning, and we're not going to go into
No,
detail why.
let's just not answer that question ever again.
We're not going to go into detail why on that.
It's no. World of Warcraft, no. Never.
No.
Go away.
Read our FAQ page if you're wondering why.
The short answer is there's no end. So.
You can watch the World of Warcraft marathon?
A WoW marathon? That might get some views.
It was 2 weeks long.
Right. Why watch a WoW marathon?
How many characters?
When you could play WoW and be just as bored.
Yeah.
Was it only 2?
Oh, Big Al goes down to now.
Two left.
Still got. That was why the cushion. Link dolls came into play.
It was like one long grind.
Yeah.
Alright, that's 124.38. Timothy Glenning?
Yep.
Come on, one more.
Alright.
Yeah. It's not over yet.
Yes, it is not over yet.
Yeah, pretty much.
It might as well be.
Yeah.
You
These are
still
victory
need
jokes
to
right
start
here.
crouch down and Nash B.
This is very tricky.
Oh,
Watch this.
Prepare for the tech. Oh my goodness. Watch out.
You will be amazed.
This is the final boss.
Yep.
Yep.
Gentlemen, hit the kill. Even
Coolest
if it
character ever.
Oh, you jerk.
Doesn't know.
You.
Stab you in the back, oh.
This is actually gonna kill me. Holy shit.
Final hit. Who gets the final hit?
One hit point.
That was close. He escaped it.
I actually had a close Dark Link fight. I can't remember the last time that's happened. Actually, probably the run I got recorded. I was 1 hit removed from death there, too.
Alright, coming up next is Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening by
126, a little over the estimate, but we'll have these things.
Michelle Viz.